bit further, a little bit more in detail. We're going to go up into the quad. So when it comes to imbalances, what I'm finding in 25 years of being a strength coach is everyone's so different. I mean, there are similarities, but for the majority, everyone's a little bit different, you know? So what I mean by that is imbalances might be, for say, myself, my right calf gets tight. It's my soleus. Soleus gets tight. It bugs my heel, but I also have a tight right quad. So bicep femoris has a tendency to get pretty tight. And then it's my left QL. So if you think about the pelvic bone, it's gonna be the left side of my spine, right? The QL, the quadratus lumborum. So with that being said, you know, I know what maintenance work I need to do, right? So my roller, I don't spend $40 on some foam roller that's gonna last me 6 months. This is 15 bucks. It's 1/4 inch PVC piping, right? It's 1/4 inch thick and I don't know, 3 inches or 4 inches, I don't know. Large enough that it will get into my groin, which we'll talk about the adductors on a later video, that I can get that breaking up of the fascia into the deepest aspect of my adductors, i.e. your groin, right? So calves, you're really going to spend anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes in the beginning to really break it up. So what I do is I'll spend a little bit of time on the Achilles, but I'm really trying to work my way. You can see how slow I'm going. You'll see people, they'll go really, really fast. You're not doing anything. It needs to sink into the tissue. Are you smashing tissue? Yes. Are you hydrating fascia? Yes, and that's what we're after. So it's really getting into that junction that the gastroc splits into 2 heads, right? So I want to spend some time there. I'll even apply some pressure with the opposite leg, and then I'm going to PNF, right? So what I'm going to do is I apply pressure, and then I'm going to dorsiflex that ankle. I plantar flex that ankle. Kind of give it a little, sorry, starting to sink in there. There's a tight spot, I just felt it. Kind of give a little, right? And then I move on. I'm not gonna do the 2 to 5 minutes just because of timing. I do want to keep my videos under 5 minutes, just for your viewing pleasure, right? So we're gonna go all the way. Now, can you can see I have a lacrosse ball in my left hand. Yeah, you can. Is there any one tool? No, there's multiple tools. Is self-myofascial release the only way? No, I think if you find a Rolfer or structural integration practitioner, Soma, whatever the person does, but they're not a dime a dozen. They're hard to find. They're really hard to find. The good ones, the ones that have been around for 25 years, the ones that have thousands and thousands of hours of table time, those are hard to find, and they're expensive. So self-myofascial release is great. We can make self-corrections because if you heard what I said, you know, biomechanically, I have tight spots personally. I know my tight spots, I know what to do to release them, but we also have to create dynamic range of motion so re-education of the muscle fibers can occur. I try not to talk too technical about it, but you know, it's just, these are educational videos that I'm just, my experiences through my career as a strength coach. Okay, so pretty simple, right? Lateral. Later down another video, we'll talk about IT, the TFL, but we're gonna just kind of go lateral above the knee, central right? Your bicep femoris, your sartorius, and then VMO, right? We're going to use the PC piping. Now when we're doing this, slow down. Take your time. It's going to hurt, right? If you've never done this before, use your hands. Keep some weight off of that leg. Right? You're just going to go all the way to the knee. Central, right in the center of that knee. So I like to start right above the kneecap, and then we'll make my way all the way to the hip. The VMO is the teardrop of the knee, right? We'll talk about development of the VMO because this muscle is one of the most important stabilizing muscles within the knee, right? So we're going to talk the medial line of the leg, big toe, arch, medial, heel, up through the gastroc, through the VMO, into the groin, through the medial spine development, trunk, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to cut it off here, keep it short, so you can go and try it off yourself. $15, I don't know, 50 cents. This shouldn't be expensive. You can figure it out. But all I want to do is I want to start to educate you and give you the broad brush of how to figure out your own inefficiencies with your own movement patterns. We'll get into weights, we'll get into the athletic development side later down the road. We need to create foundation that we're working on posture, and you have all your joints are moving and everybody's doing their jobs, and then we start to create one harmonious unit. In our training, in my philosophies of how I was taught and how I view things, is it needs to be one harmonious unit. None of this separation. There is no isolation within the body. There's localization, and we'll get into that. So have a great day. Take your time. Learn to understand what's going on with your own body. And I'll give you a little hint. A majority of back pain, in my professional opinion, is because of tight calves. Just a little hint for you.